Welcome everyone to the Singapore Food Festival 2021. My name is Ming and I'm your host. This is the first year the Singapore Food Festival is going hybrid, and the second year we are doing live masterclasses. Now this today is our inaugural live masterclass, and just one of 18 masterclasses laid out over the next 3 weeks. Now we have a whole slew of events coming up in this year's Singapore Food Festival. These include workshops, food tours, exclusive experiences, food merchandise created specially for you guys for the Singapore Food Festival, and curated SFF dishes all across the island. If you want more information, please head over to our SFF website for more information at the singaporefoodfestival.sg. This year, we're here to retaste Singapore, where we take a fresh look at some of our local favorites. I'm very, very, very happy and filled with pride to introduce to you guys a very, very good friend of mine and one of the chefs that we have for our lineup for Singapore Food Festival this year. He is going to present to us some food items today. Please welcome Chef Ariff Zin.
Hey Chef, how are you?
Hi Ariff. Ariff, we've known each other for a while. I'm so happy and excited to have you on for our Food Festival's first masterclass. Please tell us what you are going to be cooking today.
Today we're going to cook the Padang-Style burritos. So Padang-Style burritos will be all the Padang, which is the Minang food elements in a wrap. So we will also include the brown rice, healthier rice, to blend in with our wrap.
Okay, that sounds delicious and fantastic, but I've got to stop you right there. Padang-Style burritos. Please explain to us in detail again what Padang-Style burritos are and what kind of ingredients you have prepared. I see so many things over there.
Okay, we're in a Padang cuisine. You need to have these three elements that we represent a Minang Kabau food, which is the gulai, and then we also have the rendang and also the balado. With these three, it's completely Padang food. And also, with this element, we did a few time for R&D, whether this thing is it paired together just to make the wrap.
All right, what are we going to start off with today? The first item, please let me know how I can help.
Okay, so basically we're going to have all these ingredients on the table, which is we have this vegetable, which is acar ingredient, and then we have the gulai ingredient, and also the balados, and also we have the salad dressings. So for now, we're going to start with the acar for the knife cut, and then we also follow by the we're going to make this chicken. So I prepared this rempah. We call it the gulai rempah.
Gulai rempah.
Yeah. So in the gulai rempah, we have a lot of element inside, which is the spice, the chili, dried chili blow. We blend, and then all the leaf like bay leaf. We have the lemongrass and also the turmeric leaf, and also especially this red onion, garlic, ginger, and galangal must have in our ingredient.
All right. Yeah. Please show us how this is done.
Okay. So first, we need to heat up the stove.
Now you mentioned Minang style, right? Padang style. And of course, you represent Rumah Makan Minang. This is a famous, well-known restaurant. Tell us more about what makes Minang food Minang food.
Okay, so basically, if you go to the Minang restaurant itself, you will have to queue up because this is what people want. If I put it like a restaurant base, and people don't know what is Minang food. So this is like when you go, you will see hundreds or probably 50 dishes that display, and after that you have to pick on your own. So currently with this Minang food that we need to have, especially if you go to Singapore, a lot of Padang place, like coffee shop also have Padang food. But if you want to know the original, authentic Padang food, not mine but others, you need to have the beef rendang, you need to have a gulai, and you need to have the balado.
Wait, repeat that again for those of us who are not completely familiar with what Padang style food is. You need to have what again?
The rendang.
Rendang.
The rendang, and then the gulai.
The gulai.
And then the balados.
And the balado. Without this, it's not authentic Padang, is it?
Yeah, you have to try these three, and then which is, if this really, really good, and you know they are actually the Indonesian people who eat, or probably their ancestors are Indonesian.
Tell us a little bit about the origins of Rumah Makan Minang.
Okay, Rumah Makan Minang, we are from the West Sumatra, Indonesia, and we are also the nearby the coast. So whatever because back then during the colonize of the Dutch, so we have this dish that brought over to the Netherlands, which is called the riesttafel.
Rice, I know that word, right? It means rice table,
Yes,
right?
the rice table. So that concept is actually the Minang food. The reason why our name called the Rumah Makan Minang is because we feel that when you come to our place, we call it the Rumah, which is home, Makan means eat, and Minang is our culture. So we welcome everybody to come to our home to dine in together, feel like a family.
The place of Minang food, essentially.
Yeah, correct.
All right. And this item that you're about to make for us, right, has all these components.
Yeah.
I would like to offer my assistance because I think I still know how to use one of these.
Okay, chef.
How can I assist you a little bit?
So for now, I really need you to do the knife cut for the acar. So for the acar, we have this red cabbage, and then the carrot, green chili, red chili, onion, and also the rampau for the acar.
Okay, like when I asked you to give me some stuff to do, I didn't mean give me all the things to do. Okay, I'm kidding. How would you like this cut, please?
Okay, so basically all you need to do is I need this thing to be thinly sliced, and then we peel up the carrot, and probably we need to take out the seeds for the chili, and then this seed, and also put it, I'll show you one, and then you can continue. This thing is just 1/8 slice.
Okay, just slice.
Start with the red cabbage first.
Okay, no
Then
problem.
we can get a mixing bowl for you. So for now, what I did is with the rempah that I brought, so we're going to mix this rempah together in a normal saute pan.
Mixing bowl. Wow, that looks good. I see a lot of things in there. So that's been made just earlier before the class. Can you give us a little bit about what's inside that?
Okay, so like mentioned before, the ingredient for this rempah is the lemongrass. If you can see the inside the rempah, we have lemongrass, which is we didn't take it out, and there's also the bay leaf. And the one make it like orangey is actually the turmeric. We use the turmeric to saute with these all the ingredients. And like also we need to have like 4 items, which is the galangal, the red onion, and also ginger and garlic. Those are the 3 elements that are very important in our cuisine.
These things can all be bought from markets. These are very easily obtainable local ingredients, correct?
Yes, chef, correct.
All right, so if anyone wants to follow along and you guys have a recipe at home that you have from maybe a relative or family member for gulai, you can go ahead and make this as well. But hold on, this is not a traditional gulai sauce you're making, right?
Actually, I tweaked it a bit because...
Tell me more, please.
Okay, for the natural gulai that we are using, it's actually a bit watery. So what I'm trying to make, because we are making the wrap, so what we need for the wrap, we need the gulai to be thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up this the rempah, and then we're going to use a lot of coconut cream to make it more in the consistency thicken. Yeah.
This is not something that you just came up with overnight. It sounds like you have thought about this long and hard. The ratios, the textures. You're very driven about this idea.
Yeah.
How did this idea come about?
So what I did is during when I went to school, which is in continue my final year project. So I decided to go to New York to learn about the catering service. So what I did is like when I was there, I have to do the staff meal for the team.
Oh, you chose to do staff meals.
Yeah. So
nice.
that's what I have to do because you're new and you have to show what you can do.
Yeah.
So now I add the water in to let it boil. Because the rempah is already thick, so we're gonna let the water in.
I see. Okay, now we're gonna reduce that.
Reduce it.
And you're gonna put this on a nice rolling boil to just get all the water out.
Yes, correct.
Right?
Let it boil first. Let it get the rempah all mixed with the water, and then after that we'll add the coconut milk.
Okay.
So
very
as
cool.
I mentioned that during my staff meal, during my back then days when I was in New York, so I had to do this a lot of staff meals. So I realized that a lot of my friends working in the kitchen are all from Mexico, Puerto Rico, and they love rap. So they don't eat.
Wait, they love rap, like the music or what?
No, not the music, the burrito rap. So what I always realized that their food is also almost the same like how our culture is. Like they need to have the rice, they need to have spice, they need to have meat. So then I think about home. So I did this once when I was there to introduce them, but they don't like the spice level for us.
Wait. Too spicy or not spicy enough?
Not spicy enough. So
not spicy enough.
Yeah. They
Wow.
use, surprisingly, they are very strong in their taste buds. So when I try to make my balado there, they're like, this is
In
just
there,
a
loud
norm.
for spice lah. Okay. So this idea came about when you were studying overseas. Now, have you thought about this for a while, and did you present this idea to anyone in your family?
I did present to my, I didn't present, but recently when I thought of it to start a new things in for the menu for our restaurant, then I wanted to deconstruct everything. So what happened is when I start to do wrap, I allowed my parents to try it out first because I wanted their blessing. And when they try out the first time, they're like, "Where do you bought this? Who did this?" And they keep asking me this question. So I'm like, "Oh no, just try it first," you know. Then after the 3 times I gave them to try,
Yeah.
and they start to say that, "Why do you think about this for the next menu?"
Oh, so actual approval.
Yeah, they approved on the 3rd time I asked. So I told them, no, I can't bring this thing menu out first. Let Singapore Food Festival out, then I'll think about it. So
I
now
see.
they are the one who asking me. So when I bring it out, it's the opposite way.
I've actually been to your restaurant several times, and I've had the pleasure of meeting your parents. They have such a rich amount of culture and experience that they bring to them with this.
Yeah.
You understand that it's not just a restaurant, but it's also where they come from,
Correct.
and the people and the communities that they're serving and they're feeding, right? So this kind of unique twist and spin on the dish would understandably cause them to be a bit
Yeah.
unsure, right?
I think because of now the trend is people keep changing, but to them is they want to retain the authenticity for the food. But I feel that we have to do something about it because people are moving faster than back then. Yes, we still want to retain the good quality of the food, but on top of that, we have to be creative with it. So what they told me about it, as long as I don't deconstruct the flavor, it's fine. But you want to make it like innovative with things like that, then they allowed me to do that.
I like that. So there was some compromise. Retain the natural, not natural, but traditional flavors, but don't mix it up a bit too much lah.
Correct, chef.
That seems to be a very common theme for this year's Singapore Food Festival. If you've taken a look at our website and looked at all the wonderful things that we have laid out for you, from our specifically curated dishes that we have that are SFF exclusive, or all the masterclasses that are coming out over the next 3 weeks, you will find that there's a whole lot of innovation going along, homegrown innovation with restaurants and chefs, the best and brightest of Singapore. Chef Ariff, I have peeled some of this carrot now. I am going
So
to...
we're gonna make this julienne for the carrot.
Julian, when you're really
Julian
putting me to work today. I thought I
then
was just going to
after that
stand
we
here and
just-
eat the food, you know.
So for now, I continue my balado, which is I'm preparing the shallot. So in the balado, we have a green chili, red chili padi, and also the green chili, and shallots, and also tomatoes.
So there's a lot of chili going on here. Chili
Yeah.
here, chili there. If you don't like chili, then how?
So to me, the chili padi is the one who gives a lot of spices sense, but green chili is not.
Yeah, green chili is not that spicy.
Yeah.
lah. Chef, we have a comment. One of our viewers, Naz Majid, has asked, is there a particular kind of oil or a specific temperature for the prep right now?
What we use in our kitchen in Rumah Makan Minang, we use normal vegetable oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then to me, that is economic ways to use because if you start to use the coconut oil, it also gives the same flavor actually, but it's a bit healthier.
Sure.
But to us, we believe in using a normal oil because a lot of
food that involved with Padang is actually oily.
I see.
Yeah. So you want neutral flavors, like.
Yeah, neutral flavors for it.
Question for you,
Okay.
I know some people who cannot get enough spice. They want more flavors, they want more heat. They want to feel their mouths on fire. Can viewers add even more than what you recommend here?
To me,
It's quite a lot
chili.
already,
To me, chili padi is the killer. So if you have more spice, then add more chili padi in a lot of flavor.
Even more.
Yeah, even more. Yeah, because in my kitchen team, I have this. My dad loves spice, so whenever I try to cook something and then I allow him to taste, and he told me to add on a lot of spice.
Even more.
Even more.
Not enough.
Not enough. But I have to find another two guys, which is my brothers and my sister, to taste it. So as long we are in the between, it's fine because we have to cater to the
The general normal palate, right?
Correct.
Right. So Chef Ariff's recommendation is go ahead and add more spice if you really want to. But what he's putting together for us is for the general person's palate, who likes a little bit of spicy food, but nothing too violent, right?
Correct.
So I'm a little bit confused because I see some components here. I see chicken, I see the sauce, and that's going to cook down. I'm making your acar now, and then of course there's the balado that we will blitz inside this food processor.
Correct. So
there's something missing though.
Actually we have the wrap to be heat up, but that will be the final part. So we need to shred the chicken. We actually didn't put any rendang in this Padang-Style burrito because we have the nangka rendang for another menu.
I see.
Yeah.
So this is something else that you're also selling with us
Correct.
on the Singapore Food Festival website. Head over there if you want to come and order this. The nangka rendang.
Yes, plant-based.
Fruit. Plant-based.
For vegetarian.
Right. Both of these burritos, you're selling a third one also.
Yeah, which is a satay Padang burrito.
Satay Padang burrito.
Satay Padang is actually different than the normal satay that you get in the East Coast or Lagoon, the peanut sauce. Our satay, we use a lot of demi-glace and also reduce of broth, and then we overnight marinate the beef brisket.
So in name is like satay, but it's a little bit different lah.
Correct. And then we add one more component, which is Pico De Gallo, just to try
Pico De Gallo. That is very, very, very non-Singaporean at this point, right?
This is what I think to blend the spice, because in East Coast, like in the normal satay, you will get the onion and the cucumber, but I completely changed the element using a lot of lime and also the fresh coriander, which is really blend.
What about your rice component?
For my rice component, actually simple. I didn't use anything, just Temasek rice. Put it in 1 cup of rice, wash it, rinse it 3 times, or probably, and then after that you add the 3 cup of water, let it run, and you get a really good flavor with it. Yeah, nothing to be add in. So later once I cook I want you to describe it.
You have Temasek rice in that rice cooker,
Yeah,
and this is a cute rice cooker. Tell me more about this rice cooker. This is your own, right?
I brought this rice cooker, chef.
Can you please zoom in on this rice cooker? It's a cute, quaint little rice cooker. Nothing fancy. Got no digital screen. Doesn't talk to you. Doesn't cook soup. Just cooks rice. Okay.
So the rice, basically we cook before we start the class, and then you can smell it.
I smell bad. Okay. You stand back a bit.
Okay. How's it?
It smells like pandan and a little bit of coconut. That's brown rice.
Yeah, it is brown rice. For me to put this rice on my component, it was a mystery for my family to accept. Because this, I have to tell the truth, we don't eat brown rice.
I can imagine them all sitting there, right now, like Dragon's Den, and then after that, Ariff comes up, Dragons, today I'm presenting this thing here. All right, so Temasek rice, that smells fantastic. I have actually had the pleasure of visiting Temasek Rice's facility where it was developed. Now, Temasek rice was developed by the Temasek Life Sciences Laboratory and was then commercialized by the Temasek Life Sciences Accelerator. And I went there in an unrelated sort of capacity just to take a look at some of the fun, cool things they were doing. They had teams there who were putting a lot of effort, right, to develop items to be grown around Southeast Asia that were, number one, disease resistant, like this rice, or able to withstand extreme climates. They're doing important work to make it easier for farmers to grow things that people can enjoy and eat. And on top of that, right, this rice smells and tastes fantastic. It's sustainably grown, it's organic. I chanced upon Temasek rice when I visited them, and now you're using this for your burrito. When you presented it to your parents, what did they say?
They didn't know that it's a brown rice. They just eat it and then they enjoy it. And then after that, after the final the tasting, I told them it's a brown rice, and they're like, "Are you serious?"
Wait, they had no idea it was brown rice.
They have no idea. They thought it was a white rice. So I told them about the brown rice, and they like accept it lah. Because they told me like before that, if you didn't tell us, it feels like a normal rice. Yeah.
Before I encountered this Temasek rice product and I was introduced to the Temasek Life Sciences Laboratory, I had no idea that our farming community, so to speak, or our research in rice was so well known. But turns out, because we have 2 climates, right, Singapore, it's hot and it's either wet or very, very wet. So it makes it a perfect place for us to do rice research, and we get to enjoy the fruits of it lah. This rice from Temasek. So it looks like it's brown rice from the outside, right? This looks obviously brown, as you can see. It's still got, it's unmilled and unhusked in a sense. But when Ariff opened it out and I looked at it, it didn't look so dark like traditional brown rice. I'm very, very interested to see what happens when we put it together and eat it in the burrito, okay? I'm also talking a little bit too much. I have deseeded your chilies now.
Probably I will do this cut, and I need you to blend the balado.
You need me to blend the balado?
I'll do this, and then blend the balados, and I already add the coconut cream in the gulai, so let it reduce. So the more, I think you need to take a while for this to be reduced down.
All right, and you did say you're gonna make this thicker than normal, right?
Thicker than normal.
Okay, I'm gonna distance gently behind you and come over here and pick up this stuff. I need to blend this, right? So I'm blending.
So you're gonna blend this green chili, chili padi, and the
green and red.
And the shallot, just put it there.
Shallot, just this one,
And the salt also put it there.
Salt don't need, shallot don't need.
So all these just rough chop.
Rough chop.
And then we're gonna put the oil here, and then we're gonna saute it.
I'm really being put through my paces today, getting pushed to do all this work. Okay, no problem. If my goal at the end is to enjoy a burrito, I'll be very happy and pleased. Right. There's a lot of chili going on here, but this is green chili, so this is not too spicy, right?
Yeah, correct.
Right. How long does it take to cook down this balado?
It depends on the, from what I did, it depends on the color. You make sure you have this green color on your balado, because green chili, when you cook too long, it will turn out very brown.
That's starting to get really, really fragrant. Okay, I'm going to relinquish my duties here for a second and go closer. Can you guys zoom in on this? Can you take a look at that? I'm going to move this handle out of the way slightly so you guys can take a quick look at this bubbling. I see a little bit of the oil splitting on top. And this is still quite watery, right?
Yeah, it is quite watery. So let it reduce.
Not the right consistency yet?
Not the right consistency.
I see.
So let it reduce, and then we'll give you the thickened consistency.
Sure.
So now I will start to heat up the oil balado.
Okay.
We will...
Rough chop, rough chop.
Yeah, chef, a little bit more, and then you... okay. Can put it in a mixing bowl, and then we...
Still got some large pieces inside though.
Yeah,
Is that okay, or you want me to just cut this all up?
I think...
or can I already?
A little bit more.
A little bit more?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want me to use up the rest of this as well, or this is okay?
This is okay, actually.
Yeah, it's probably the wrong time to tell you, Chef Ariff, that I'm a lightweight when it comes to spice, right? So do you have any helpful tips for those watching at home who have my kind of lousy tolerance with spice? Don't get me wrong, okay, I like a little bit of spice, but potentially this is a little bit too spicy. What can we do if we don't like too much spice?
For balado itself, you can reduce down the chili padi, the green chili padi. Then you add on more. You just maintain the green chili. You can scrap the chili because the chili padi, the one makes it tense is actually the chili padi. This is really the bird eye Thai, right? So you have to reduce down.
That's the violent stuff.
Yeah, that's the violent stuff. Okay, if you want to know, like, to be honest, my balado is not the one you can use. You cannot use any olive oil to make it healthy and a bit, but this is what we use traditional in our culture.
I offer this to you, please. I can smell that. My eyes are watering already.
Chef, can you hand over me the mixing bowl?
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
Pass you the mixing bowl there.
Okay, chef.
I'm gonna steal another smell of this.
So
the fun thing about cooking this sort of food, I think, is that you have all these components going on together. The entire kitchen and the house will start to smell all of these lovely spices and flavors. There's this gulai sauce going. There's going to be this chili, this balado, as well as the acar very soon. And then after that we have our chicken also. All that's going to go in together with this nutty, pandan smelling brown rice. I wish all of you could smell this right now. Chef Ariff, can I ask you what your experience has been like this year joining us on the Singapore Food Festival?
It's a bit challenging because of the ideas of making this wrap, and we did a lot of wrap that it turned out doesn't taste good. It doesn't taste good. It turn out like soury and things like that. And of course, with this burritos that we are sending over to people's house, so we need to have we need to do a research whether this wrap can also deliver safely in people's house. You know, because gulai, it can turn out very sour if you put it in a wrap overnight. And I did my own research. I keep it 3 days in the chiller, and it looks good. But don't do it. Don't do this at home.
Yeah, no. If you've ordered this item from our website, this exclusive Singapore Food Festival item, the Rumah Makan Minang set of burritos. Just remind us again, Chef Ariff, we have 3 flavors, right? We have a Padang-Style burrito, which we're cooking for you today. We've also got a jackfruit rendang burrito.
Correct.
As well as a Satay Padang burrito. All
Yes,
with
chef.
distinct flavors that are slightly different. And if you order these at home, please consume them within 4 hours because the chefs put them together fresh for you, and then we deliver it right to your doorstep, okay?
Okay, chef. So basically, what you're gonna do is, can we heat low heat for the oil?
Low heat
Yeah.
for the oil.
I'm not sure whether that thing work.
Yes, it is
Oh.
on.
Okay, so we're gonna put a shallot in with the oil, and we have to make the oil have a flavor, a fragrant before we add on the chili.
Sure. Now,
So I already have the. Don't mind passing the small mixing bowl.
please,
Okay, chef. Thank you. So we're gonna.
see this cooking with distancing, but still very efficient because we anticipate each step back and forth.
So we need to always keep on stirring this because if not, it will get the burn below and it will destroy the whole taste of gulai.
Okay. So should we lower the temperature or this is okay?
This is okay, but you all need to do
Sure.
is just keep stirring it.
Yes, chef, I will keep stirring this for you.
It's okay. So we put it here,
Can,
and then
no
we
problem.
can put the shallot. Try to test out. Just put one shallot. So we need to have.
You want it to bubble a little bit, huh?
Yep, correct.
Okay, so let's bring that up and heat slightly. I think that's almost hot enough. Let's give it a little bit more time. I'll stir this bottom for you. Very nice. You guys can see the steam coming out. This is not just steam. This is
Sometimes
aromatic.
the gulai, right?
Yeah.
You can get a different gulai at every shop also. Some gulai they have very dark color gulai, and you have the very light color. So mine is like in the medium, like in the middle of it. Because why I maintain the color like this is because in the burrito you have so many components, and also you have a color, vibrant colors for every elements also.
I see that with your vegetables as well
Yeah.
as your shallots and your chilies and your onions, yeah?
Correct, chef.
So up to your preference. If you want to make your gulai a little bit more dark, that means more caramelized also, right? The
More
flavor is
caramelized.
pulled out.
Yeah.
It's entirely up to your preference. Chef Ariff likes it blonde. Okay, you've heard it from him.
So when I was in New York, I was like I was traveling alone by myself every off day. So I was like looking through the any Padang stall in New York.
And were there any Padang stalls there?
I found it in the Queens.
Queens.
Yeah, in the place they told me
Of
like
all
don't.
places.
They told me don't go there,
Don't
bro.
go.
You know. So but I like no, I need my food, man. I really need my food. If not, I can sleep at night.
But was it steady or not?
It was steady. It was like people there are friendly, and you know all the news that I heard in the whoever told me that when I was there, they were like told me that the place you shouldn't go, but that area is really friendly. And even they hear that I cook, and then they even introduce themselves. They are Indonesian, and we are very happy to see each other. And I tell you the truth, the rendang there is almost authentic as how I get the food.
Almost, huh? You see? See, very clear. Almost as good as the one that he has. Not quite as good as the one that he has, all right? Now, Chef Ariff, a lot of our guests out there, I'm sure, in the last 1.5 years have started to grow a lot of things at home themselves, you know. There's been this resurgence of people understanding the importance of locally sourced produce, as well as things that they can grow in their own sort of balconies or in their own backyards, right?
Correct.
So would you consider growing some of this stuff on your own if you wanted to make a small meal? What items would you be able to grow here?
I have actually grown some in my home.
Tell me.
Actually not my house, like my mom's house, because she have a big space. So I did grow some lime leaf. Lime leaf, and then we have even lemongrass
Lemongrass.
and
Serai.
chili padi. and also what do you call it? Lime leaf, curry leaf. But we don't use a lot of curry in Padang food, though. But
Not
these
a lot
are
of curry leaf in that.
we don't use curry leaf in our cuisine because all our food are. But the thing is about Padang food, people tend like, can I have more curry gravy? So it's very difficult to educate people like, this is not curry.
Gravy.
How's it, chef? Is it too tense, the flavor?
No, I just need to confirm that flavor again. This is just for science, just to understand the flavor so I can report to you guys at home and tell you how it tastes so that you guys will be convinced to buy these items from our website and support Chef Ariff. This is, I have to do it, someone's got to do it, to give you the information. It's a really heady and tasty and creamy. And we're still gonna reduce this, right? This is not thick enough just
we're gonna
yet.
reduce it a bit.
Wow, that's good. That's good. And you're gonna stir this through our shredded chicken, is that right?
Yeah.
That looks like durian, by the way. Can I just say that when I stepped in here today, I looked at that and I was like, that looks like durian. Why is that durian in this satay, this Padang-Style burrito class? That didn't make sense to me. Can I help you shred that?
Yeah, chef. So basically, we already boiled this boneless.
Mao San Wang, top grade, black tone. No, I'm kidding. This is chicken, right?
So chicken breast, boneless, and we we boiled it with the turmeric and also a lot of spice inside there to get flavor. So when the item in the burrito, you don't need to have this gulai. That thing irritates you. When you shred it, please try it and let me know how's it.
So in cooking terms, you double season. You season the sauce.
Yes, double
and
season.
You season the item, right?
Correct.
So for those of you at home, don't forget, just because you're cooking a protein in a sauce doesn't mean you can't also season the protein. Just need to balance the flavors out, okay? If any of you have any questions right now, you're watching us live, please drop your comments and questions in. We'll be happy to answer you guys. Chef Ariff is here to also answer any of the questions that you guys ask. So just shred this, right? How big the shreds you wanna?
Probably like not so big and not so small. Like at least
Not
we
so
can.
big, and thank you for being very specific, Chef Ariff.
So I added the tomatoes to get the acidic for the balado.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, this is our secret, but I have to reveal this.
Okay, wait. Secret.
So a lot of balados, they don't use tomatoes outside because to them will get sour. But tomatoes actually help to make the food even more flavor because we don't use lime. Because a lot of balados that when you taste, especially we go to Bali.
Wait, no lime.
No lime.
The bumbus in Bali, they have.
Yes, they use lime, right?
Yeah.
But we don't. So
They have sambal mata, right?
Sambal mata.
Yeah, and that is all with the acidity because they have a lot of seafood there also.
Correct.
Right?
They need lime to also use.
Does your Minang food contain a lot of seafood?
We have a lot of fish, like tenggiri fish.
Is this fresh water or salt water?
We use a lot of freshwater fish as well.
Because not coastal, is it?
Correct.
I see. So a lot of these cuisines that we are familiar with have origins that are very geographical in nature, and they are shaped by their locations, right? So highlands also, yeah. So this is not like near the coast. And when you say highland, do you mean like actual highlands, like mountains and hills?
No, actually in Padang we have
Like
a really
Cameron Highlands,
No, we have a very flat land, but also a certain part of Indonesia, which is in Padang, they call it the Bukit Tinggi, and that is very cold. But you need to travel.
How cold does it get there?
Actually I went there once.
Dieng, is it?
They call it the Bukit Tinggi.
Bukit Tinggi.
Bukit Tinggi, and it's a very cold place. And even if you go to like festival like Hari Raya or probably Hari Raya Haji, that place is going to be crowded. So better avoid that place. They will play a lot of fire and also a lot of festival going on. But I don't know how about now because it's COVID. So I still have relatives there staying there.
I'm sure the relatives you have there will have a very different kitchen setup to what we have here. And we have a viewer, Joshua, has made a comment and says he loves the kitchen setup Thank you for that comment, Joshua. Kitchen setup today has been very kindly brought to us by some of our partners. You can see Vizuk here as well as KitchenAid. And just, what has happened to that now? That's changed. So the tomatoes went in, and then the oil started to change the slight color.
Can you smell the oil? Can you go to nearer?
Yeah.
You need to smell that, chef. This is a technique to then you add the chili.
Now that smells.
So you don't need lime to add in.
No need lime.
No need lime. So so now after you see the changing of color of the shallots,
yes,
and then you add on the green chili.
All right. You guys can take a look at this. The shallots have started to get a little bit of color, a shade of color. They're not like brown or anything yet, right?
Correct. So you have to keep on looking at the balado because if you overcook the balado, it will turn out very dark. And then we want to retain the green chili because they call it the green balado. If not, you're going to brown balado.
Okay, fair enough. So you don't want to cook the color out of it, but you do want to remove some of that rawness.
Yeah, rawness.
How long can this balado keep, chef?
To make the balado, if you put it in a room temperature, it can last you 3 days. But if you want to make it prolonged, 2 years, vacuum packed, sealed, and then frozen. And I did that. Actually, we sell our product in our restaurant too.
That is a bit of a product call out. If you guys want Rumah Makan Minang's chili balado, I'm sure you can find out on the Rumah Makan Minang site or somewhere. But again, if you want to enjoy these burritos that we're putting together, all three of them, but today we're only going through one because we're cooking this from scratch. If you want to enjoy all three of the burritos, please head over to the Singapore Food Festival website. You'll find all the information there, including information for a whole slew of other products. Have you tried any of these other products that are on our website, Chef?
Not yet, Chef. I didn't have a chance. We're too busy prepping and starting the
Fair enough. This is only our first day, okay? We have 3 weeks of fun-filled food activities for all of you crazy food-obsessed people out there. If you're like me and you're also crazy and food-obsessed, you're going to have a lot of fun. We pretty much guarantee it. We have food tours, we have workshops, we have exclusive experiences. We have partner restaurants that have dishes that are only done for Singapore Food Festival. And of course, today, this is our inaugural masterclass session. We have 18 of these lined up, including today's session.
How's it going, Chef?
I am shredding up this chicken.
Do you try it when you shred it?
Am I allowed? Do I have to turn around and sort of hide myself?
How's it?
It's seasoned, but not too salty. The whole point is to have seasoning all the way through. Oh, then now you get the spices and the flavors at the back of that.
So what we did for the mass order, we're gonna do a lot of boil the chicken, and then after that we're gonna shred it on the spot. Everything you get is all fresh. Yeah. So it's a bit problem for you to shred it.
No, but you shred this because you want an even bite, right? Anytime you make like a spring roll, a Vietnamese spring roll, a Chinese spring roll, or a popiah, or a wrap, right? Or a burrito. Well, the key thing here is your ratio, right? You don't want to have like a chunk of chicken. Can you imagine biting into a chunk of chicken like this? Right, that would ruin your experience. You don't want that. What you want is an even mix. Every bite has some of this lovely chicken. You can see here. Every bite has some of this sambal. Every bite has a nice amount, I'd say, of this sauce. And every bite has the rice, right? The rice from Temasek rice.
So now I'm adding salt in the balado. We need a lot of salt because that's what makes the balado tastier. Yeah, but
a lot of salt there. I'm slightly worried by the amount of salt there, but then I realized, right, this is not something that you spoon over food. This is something you eat in small amounts, right?
Correct.
Okay, so then the salt is okay.
It looks very oily, but when you use the balado, if you cook it at home, don't take the oil, just take the chili. The oil is to retain the chef life for the chili.
Oh, it's there to cover the stuff,
yes,
is it?
Correct, chef.
I
so
see.
A lot of technique. Actually, to be honest with you, I don't understand this Padang cuisine until I went to the culinary school.
If you don't understand, then who understands?
No, when I entered to the culinary school, then I start to realize how the perfection of technique of cooking is actually not in the book. It's like what you see. And when I learn with all the makcik, you know what they do? Agak-agak. So that's the most difficult thing for me to do costing.
The most accurate way of cooking, right? The
So I had problem with them, and then I had to like tell them, well, you know, can you help me with this? And they said like, your recipe is from heart, bro. Then I'm like, that's the answer that I cannot answer that.
So you are trained, and you went to school. You went to school at the CIA, I understand, right?
Yes, chef.
And I mean, of course, this being a school, and then they teach you a proper degree level for culinary studies.
Mm-hmm.
How did you understand the difference between the agar style of cooking and the more precise style of professional cooking?
So when we talk about, I think they use the term agaration. Have you heard
Agaration,
that? Yeah, the agaration technique is like, for me as a trained chef, whenever they throw something in a thing, right? So I told them, wait, before you throw it in my bowl. So I weigh out first.
Yes.
So when they throw, it's always about 30 to 40 gram. So I already like measure. So always like I know that measure. So the agaration technique, I think that is the measure. It's between 20 gram to 30 gram kind of seasoning. So that is really tough because like if you take salt and pepper, the weight is different. Especially powder base, it's even lighter. So I have to like do my own research. I have a book on it.
I would like to ask this question, okay? I'm sure some of you watching us live also have this question. If Chef Ariff stood in one kitchen and say your mom stood in another kitchen side by side and you all had the same ingredients and cooked the same dishes, would they taste the same? He's gone very quiet now. He hasn't said anything.
I think my mom would win because she knows like.
Wait, no. This is not about winning. I didn't say winning. Don't get me in trouble here.
No, I think the experience.
Sorry, Auntie, please don't get me in trouble. I meant, would they be different dishes?
It will.
Why?
Because she built the experience of looking at it, smells and touch, all the feelings that she had. It's already with her. To me, I'm still learning. Like I feel that my kind of cuisine is like I can give the SOP to anybody else, but to her, it's for her or either for me. So she keep the recipe just for herself, but not for others.
But she doesn't need to cook her recipes anymore, right?
She don't, because
her hands are enough for her to.
She. I think the last time I cooked for her was at home, and she told me that need to have more. A lot of things need to have more, but I told her this is what we do in a restaurant, so please accept this. And you know, like, if really way to like out of the flavor, then you let me know. If it's still on par, let it be, because these are the measurement that we already built.
All right, I think I have shredded a good amount of chicken. I doubt we'll be able to finish all of this, but I'm willing to try because I know this chicken is going to be moistened and layered through and stirred through with the gulai sauce, okay? I'm very, very, very pleased by this step. Look at the sauce. It's reduced by about half already.
Yeah.
If you guys can zoom in and take a look, right? The sauce was quite a lot watery just now, a lot more watery just now. It has begun to thicken up slightly. That's looking very tasty and very delicious. The Padang-Style burrito. Making this from scratch. Right here in our studio kitchen for the first inaugural class of the Singapore Food Festival 2021. I've got my chicken here. Shall I spoon the sauce in or do I dump it in there or what?
Probably we need to have, we don't need to put the chicken in because the sauce is cooked, chicken is cooked. All you need to do is get a small mixing bowl.
Yes.
One handful of chicken shredded, and we put about 3 tablespoons of the gulai sauce. Before that, I need you to try the gulai sauce. It's already thickened and...
No problem. I'm happy to try it again. On behalf of all of you at home, of course, right? That's my job. I have to do it. Ay.
How's it, chef?
I wanna pour a ladle of this into this bowl and just eat that with the chicken, and I'll be very, very satisfied. That would be a wonderful, fantastic meal. But I'm so curious, and I'm in anticipation, right, of the next step, because we've got the Temasek rice which smells or just on its own with another layer of. See, every time you open that thing right now, I want to smell it also.
Hold on,
We get information as cooks and chefs with our nose and our mouths, right? So this is very experiential cooking. You don't see a single weighing scale here. You don't see any cups or anything. It was just all just like experience cooking, right? So now I'm just gonna smell this a little bit. It smells great. It's got notes of pandan and coconut. It's not very strong, but it's very, very subtle and it's very pervasive. And you see it's quite pale, this rice. Okay, I think we're about ready to start rolling.
We have one more thing, chef.
One more.
The acar that we've been.
Yes.
Please help yourself with the rempah.
Yes, okay.
Yes, and then
goes in here.
Goes
Stir,
everything in
stir,
there.
yeah.
Use glove. Just use your hand. Again.
Okay. Are you about to set up a station for us to roll these burritos?
Can I go over there to take the bowl?
Yes, please.
Okay, sure. So I'll make 2 sets of it. So you have one, and I have one, and then we.
We're gonna roll them together. All right, it's come down to this.
I want to see how you roll.
All of this, all the rempah.
Yeah. You can use everything.
You wanna agar? Quick agaration.
2 spoons first.
1 spoon.
Yeah. Let everything mix, and then you can finalize with it.
2 spoons. Okay, very good. And a mix of hands, yeah? This I can do. I know how to do this. Playing with food with my hands. Right, if the guests are doing this at home, right, do they need to, assemble this quickly together? Or is this sort of a thing you can assemble burrito by burrito at home?
Yeah, burrito by burrito can be done. And also, before you put on, I haven't explained what is actually the rempah that you add in.
What is this thing?
So that rempah is actually, you smell it?
Smells good.
It's candle nut, and we have a turmeric, and
Candle nut,
also
grass.
yeah, and also the we do have a sugar inside to add on the sweetness for the vegetable.
So this acar is not a pickled or a hot pickled acar.
It's not a hot
right?
pickle. So basically, once you heat it up, and then you also can use it to get the. You can keep this thing very long, chef. Because the last time I did, when I went to in 2019, went to Brunei.
I'm just gonna take a look at this acar right now. It's coated the vegetables nice and thick, and we have all this. There's a lot of turmeric in here, I'm guessing. Also,
Yeah,
right?
we don't have the turmeric.
All
We
the
have turmeric.
color. Smells very nice and fresh as well. I can imagine this providing the fresh crunch inside the burrito, right? All right. Okay, I can't wait now. I'm eager and excited. We need to mix up some of this
So you're gonna have one balado,
chicken.
and then I have one balado.
Balado. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you some chicken,
All right, chef.
and then you're gonna mix
I'll get
that.
a Temasek rice for you.
Yes, please. How much chicken you need? Like that.
Yeah, sure. We'll do
Okay.
rice for you.
Right. Some chicken for you, sir. And I should probably split some of this acar up as well.
Can I get a ladle, chef?
Ladle should be in there or below.
Never mind, I will use it.
Okay. All right. Some of this acar. Look at that, thickly coated, nice and tasty with all that color. And this is not a traditional acar again, right? Because this has purple cabbage inside. All right, Ariff.
Yes, chef. Sorry.
Purple cabbage, not traditional, right?
It's not a traditional. We use the red cabbage.
Yep.
And disclaimer, I get approval from my parents, so don't all the makcik out there, so don't get angry with me. That I try to change the acar concept.
Yeah, all these young kids nowadays trying to change up food. The thing is, with food culture, right? If you go back, enough years, anything was a new addition at one point, right?
True.
I'm sure this Minang food at some point was also a new thing that people had to understand and adapt and, evolved over years. So I wonder if Padang-Style burritos will become an actual thing in, say, 100 years or so.
Wow. Then I'll be the first guy in Singapore.
You will be the first guy in Singapore, my friend.
Okay, chef, that's the gulai for you. We have the green chili balado.
I'm not actually going to drink it, okay? But yes, all right. So now we're setting up our stations, and we're going to roll this real quick, yeah?
Okay.
Balado, chicken. Hey, the sauce, right? I'm supposed to put a sauce into the chicken, correct?
Correct. You can put a sauce in the chicken, or probably you can separate the sauce. But yeah,
I want to moisten my chicken a little bit. If you guys can see this, right? The chicken is tasty, and it's actually quite moist by itself, but I want it nice and saucy, so that when I put it into the burrito, it'll be nice and look at that, look at that, look at that. Nice and thick. This is like lamming the zap onto your meats, you know.
Okay, now
Hey, is there a phrase for that? Lam the zap. That's very
lam the chap.
lam the zap. Yeah, is there a phrase for that?
For I think in like a Malay language.
Yeah,
we
do you guys say like add the sauce? Is there a phrase for add the sauce?
add the sauce. Probably no, chef. But there's something that the kids nowadays use like go je, means that you have to just add on lah. Don't worry.
Just whack.
Just whack.
Don't think.
Yeah, there's now the trend that now young people used to use that lah.
Okay.
They even have hashtag for that, you know.
Goje.
Goje. Goje.
And it doesn't actually mean anything.
It doesn't, just for you to, like whether you're there or not, just goje.
Okay. I like that we're cleaning as we go. Keeping our stations nice and neat and tidy. As you do this at home, also make sure you have all your ingredients laid out. We're going to roll these burritos very, very soon. Come, what's our next step, Chef Ariff?
Okay, Chef, next step is we need these tomatoes to be sliced.
Come, I'll do that very quickly.
For you, you don't mind helping me out to slice too?
Sure, I'll give you some tomatoes and we'll slice that up.
Then we have our wrap to be prepared.
Roger that. Yeah, I'm getting hungry, man. I want to eat these burritos quickly. Okay, that's one tomato for you.
Chef,
you can pass me one more tomato.
Right, Chef. Actually, you just need about like 3 to 4.
3 to 4 slices. Okay,
Yeah,
too late.
it's okay.
Too eager to make myself useful here. Okay, it's been a long time since I cut something.
Okay. Now the flat pan is already heat up. So we...
Wait, if people at home don't have a flat pan, then how?
Okay, they can use the normal saute pan, but just get the dimensions
The big
about 12
one,
inch. Yeah.
But
But
if they don't get access to such large burrito skins like that?
Okay, to me, right, when I first start my R&D, I couldn't find a large burrito. So what I did is I use the
quite hot.
Mason, the one at NTC or Sing Song, they have it, the
Mission,
Mason wrap. So to me, it's very tight, but that's how I start, and it tastes good, even better.
Okay, I think that's hot enough.
Okay, chef. So now we're gonna heat up the wrap first. Gonna heat up wrap, so make sure everything is smooth. The reason why we heat up is because to let the flour a little bit loose for you to wrap easy.
So it doesn't split and break, right?
Yes, correct, chef.
Okay. I have all my ingredients laid out for me here. Very pleased.
You know where I learned about how to wrap this?
Tell me where you learn how to wrap this.
So I learned from my Mexican friend.
Your Mexican friends.
But I didn't manage to understand until I just went to staff. Then I look how they wrap. That's how you do, right? As a chef, you have to learn from the best, right?
Exactly.
Chef,
Okay.
Here you go for you.
All right.
And then first, what you're gonna do is you add on the lettuce.
Okay.
Chew lettuce in it.
Some lettuce leaves.
This is washed and also been rinsed there.
Okay, lettuce goes in.
Okay, then you start with your tomatoes.
Tomatoes, yes sir. 3, 4, 4 lah. Okay, 4. 4 is a good number.
4 is good,
Okay.
And
What
then
next?
after that, you add on the Temasek rice to support.
Yeah, but in no way is it a supporting character. This Temasek rice really smells very, very nice. I'm going to try a bite of it real quick. Yeah. It doesn't have that thick sort of crust outside the brown rice that you normally get, right? Okay, let's just put up. Is this enough?
Probably about 3 tablespoons.
Oh, okay. All right, about that. All right, next.
And then
What
after
else?
that, you put the chicken that you already put in water.
Okay, okay. Chicken.
So what Chef Ming did, he mixed the sauce together with the gulai gravy. To me, I didn't mix it.
You didn't mix it, huh?
Yeah. So I put the chicken on top, and then I pour everything in.
I see.
So the rice will get the sauce too. Chef, you also can add on the sauce, and then after that, next step you add on the chili balado.
Yep.
Onto the chicken.
Chili balado, got it.
Yes. And then after that, final, you add on the acar.
And acar, got it.
Okay, chef. Now you roll it. Okay, how you roll? You know how to roll, right?
I know how to roll
Okay.
popiah lah. I'm assuming it's very similar.
So basically, if you look through, you just tap your finger here, and then you roll it. Then you start to squeeze. Make sure everything get the roll, and then after that here we go. So we put back everything in the pan. Okay, chef. So you get your finger and then roll. Yes. And then finally we have the plating. How is it, chef? You need help for that?
All right.
Okay. For this, we need to toast it up. Let it be give a bit brown effect.
Yeah, let
High
me
heat.
help you with that.
Okay. And then for plating, we need to have a gulai dipping sauce.
Okay.
And we
Now
have
we're just
like
gonna
a
brown this slightly only, right?
slightly brown. So you have a brinjal already seasoned.
I love brinjal chips. These bitter